Hi again. So, when you're working as a medium and you read a lot of people and you have your sensitivity, when a client comes in and sits opposite you, you will always, almost feel that you haven't done enough. And I want to talk about that a little bit because in the beginning, when you're starting to do private sitting outside the environment of being sheltered on a course with a teacher and your lovely colleagues that sitting in the same boat, trying to develop themselves, they're all giving there mostly, at least on my courses, otherwise they don't belong there. You have to be kind, you have to have compassion, and you have to have tolerance. And it's a bonus if you actually love people, if you're gonna do this. So when the client is coming, you will feel that, maybe I haven't gotten there yet. Maybe I feel like I have something else I need to say, and I feel I need more evidence, or I need to get a little bit deeper into something. It's good that you feel like that, because that means that you're actually trying to become a better medium all the time. But at the same time, remember, how are you as a client? Don't you sit there and just think, give me more, just give it to me. There's nothing more enjoyable than to be on the receiving end. And of course, sensitive as you are, you will feel that you haven't done enough, because the client will sit there and say, give more, I need more, I want more. You are sensitive, that's the reason you can work with this. So that's one of the challenges we have. And I always say, if you're doing a spiritual assessment, for example, that's all about where the client are in their life, where they're coming from, where they're going, what is the next step in their development, how can we help them to move forward. So when we have that, they are eager, willing to have everything about how good and great and beautiful they are. Of course they are. And yes, as a medium, you're not allowed to say bad things. The client should always be uplifted when they walk away from there. But, it's very, very hard sometimes to not please them just for the sake of pleasing them. Because with our sensitivity, we want to be in service. We want to make other people feel good. So it's very easy to sit there, and they might have really, complicated questions for you as well. How do you do to not fall into the trap to just agreeing with them and letting them hear whatever they wanted to hear? Well, personally, I'd rather give less than too much. And I also say to all my clients today, and this helps me a lot at least, that I'm not here to make your decisions. I don't have all the answers in the book for you. I can only see what I see around you at this moment in time, and my job is to help you make your own decisions in where you are going. We do have personal responsibility, and I think in this business today, most people want to come to a medium because they want them to tell them what to do within their life. And we are not really here to do that. I'm not here to tell you if your husband is right, if your wife is right for you, if you're living in the right house, if it's time to change the car. This is your personal life. This is your decision. So for me, I would never say to someone, you're married to the wrong guy, I think you should leave that one, or whatever. It's not in my place to do that. But I noticed, and this has came up from a lot of my students, what do I do, Mia? Because I feel like I'm not doing my job because I don't answering their questions. Well, if you tell them when they book a sitting, what you are going to do, what they can expect from you, and so on, it will be fine. And also, you can tell them when you're introduced to each other, this is how I'm working. If you have any questions, please, you can, regardless. I used to, in the beginning, take them towards the end, because I like to do my work first to see that I might check all the questions they have. And I can always almost feel towards the end, what about my love life? And I never go there. I will never ever tell you where your love life is going, because that's your responsibility. And I'm lying now because it has happened a couple of times. But I never told them who they're going to meet, where they're going to meet, and blah, blah, blah. I have sensed a couple of times that within 3 months there will be an opportunity for you to meet another person that will mean a lot of you. I never tell them that they're going to be the lovers or whatever. I don't want to put my nose in there, and I don't want to put preconceived ideas in the client, because we see that so often. And as a medium, you have responsibility, and also be aware of that you actually might be wrong. So let's say I have a client in front of me. Let's say it is a lady, and she's waiting for the love of her life, and she asked me, for example, can you see someone out there for me? And it might flashes in a picture of a man. It might be a dark, handsome man I see in my mind. I will never say that, because when I see that dark, handsome man, it might not be the love of her life. That might be a person she's going to meet on the way who will introduce her to the love of her life. You never know. But if you put preconceived ideas into people's mind, they might ignore the one they would actually supposed to connect with, because the medium told me he has to be dark and handsome. So it's very important to take your job with a lot of responsibility, because as a medium, when a client have respect for you and they look up to you for the way you are working, your words becomes very, very important, and sometimes they hold on to them. And if a client comes in and they are in a very bad situation, they're not in a good place in their life, everything is shit at the moment, do you think they will listen with the positive side of themselves? Or do you think they will listen with the negative side of themselves? So sometimes you have to also be very aware how to express yourself, because they can twist it and turn it because of their own insecurity and their own negativity if they are in a bad place at the moment. It's not easy to work as a medium. Private sittings is very demanding a lot of the times. It's very enjoyable when it works well. And there is stress. There is anxiety. Because if you're doing this job, you want to be in service. And if you have a conscious and realizing, and you're trying to do the best, not just see me, I'm a medium and I have some powers, you will always have that insecurity that will lay in the back all the time. And that one you have to work on, and you have to hold it in the back. Don't allow it to take too much space within your mind, because it's not doing you good, and you will not become a better medium if you are that insecure. Just change your thought of mind, or your mind thoughts. Just change them. When you're realizing you're pulling yourself down maybe with some thoughts, change them immediately, because it's scientifically proven you can change your thoughts, your habits, how you are thinking. And you feed from the conscious to the subconscious, and slowly you're changing the pattern. So when you become aware and you start to change it, after a while you will think different on certain situations. And for me, it has made all the difference when it comes to my work as a medium. It's okay to not be feeling that you've done 100% great if the client is happy, because that can also be an ego, your own ego, that you want to be so damn good, you know. And sometimes maybe you are not meant to have more pieces of information, and trust spirit with that. And that's a hard one. At least I find that one hard, because whatever they are giving me, I want to expand upon it and do so much with it. And sometimes when I don't manage, I think, my God, this wasn't really that good. And sometimes the people coming up to me afterwards, and it was exactly what they needed at this time. We're not allowed to have it as an excuse. We should always try to make the most of what we're getting from the spirit. But stop beating yourself up, okay? Be a happy little medium. enjoy it, work with it, that loving, unconditional love from the spirit world. There's nothing more greater. And when you also change someone's life to the more positive, or to someone that have a reason to stay in this world, because you do, or I at least has met very, very depressive people from time to time who are on the brink of going home maybe, and we can, if you can give them hope and see the joy in life again, you know, that's a gift and a present that you can live on for a long time. At least I do. I love that feeling, and I think that's why you take so much that you find it's hard, and you're stressed and you have anxiety, and then you have this beautiful meeting with people and you just go, no, why I'm doing this job. Skip the others that are not that fancy. Forget them. What did I learn from them? And let them go. And count the blessings, as we say, but count the ones that you're actually making a change, and give yourself a tap on the shoulder for actually doing this job. So thank you. Bye.